Come to see how we're getting on?
Yeah.
We've made good progress since we took back Ala Mhigo, but there's one big issue we still have to address. Leadership. The Domans had Lord Hien ready and willing to take the throne, but we've got no one like that here.
What about Raubahn?
Theodoric was our last ruler, and he wasn't called the Mad King for nothing.
Wait.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
Yeah.
If only it were that easy. Everyone and his uncle has an opinion. For the time being, we're just going to have to keep leaning on General Aldin and the Alliance for support, and see if we can't find a solution together. Something tells me we're going to be hosting a lot of meetings in the near future. But if that's what it takes, I'm ready to talk till my jaw aches. The reach is yours, Nago. Don't do anything I wouldn't.
Aye, aye, Commander.
There you are. I've been searching all
He
over
has
for
a
you.
voice!
Don't worry, it's
Oh,
nothing
wait.
bad. That said, this might not be the best place to talk. Will you join me?
Okay, sure. Maybe I forgot he had a voice. What do you need, Arnvald?
I'll get to the point. Might you be interested in a spot of adventure?
I'm always ready.
We were adventurous before we were scions, were we not?
Yes.
After routing the Imperials and liberating Ala Mhigo, I reckon we've earned a bit of respite, don't you? And what better way to spend it than by returning to our roots? So, what say you? Shall we call on Alphino and go adventuring?
Twist my arm, why don't you? Alphino! Greetings, Nemu. 'Twould seem we are to accompany Arnvald on some manner of escapade. Have you any idea what we've gotten ourselves into? Not really. Allow me to explain. It'll be something of a history lesson, but I'll try to be brief. No snoring, if you please. Now, the events I would speak of occurred before the occupation, back when Ala Mhigo was still a monarchy, and Theodoric sat the throne. A uniquely brutal despot, by all accounts. That he was. The King of Ruin suffered no rivals, real or imagined, and his dispute with the monks of the Fist ended with Roger's Reach being burned to the ground. In the latter years of his rule, he was seized by an unshakable belief that unseen forces were conspiring to steal his crown, and so he ordered that every soul with a claim to the throne be executed, including his own family. Wow! The wealth of the poor sods he put to death became the property of the king, and it's said that these royal treasures were hoarded somewhere in the palace. Thus was born the legend of the Mad King's Trove. Ah, I believe I see a direction of our adventure to take. I assume you have a mind to unearth his hidden bounty? You assume correctly. And I would also be correct in assuming that this legend is widely known. Others must surely have gone in search of your prize, tempting as it seems. Well, of course we won't be the first to make the attempt. Following Ala Mhigo's liberation, more than a few eager soldiers turned the palace upside down in hopes of claiming an easy fortune. Of course they would. But even after scouring every room from dawn till dusk, they uncovered not a single coin. Their gold lust drained away as quickly as it had come, and the legend of the Mad King's Trove remains simply as that. A legend. But I see you have no intention of letting the story end there. What self-respecting adventurer would? Imagine, the three of us, delving into a decades-old mystery, Tell me the thought doesn't set your heart to racing. It is tempting. I'm ready. Since we're all here, why don't we share what we've learned? Allow me to begin then. As promised, I scoured the Imperial records for any mention of fantastic treasures, and found precisely none. It is just possible, I suppose, that a corrupt official deliberately hid the fact of the trove's discovery, hoping to enrich himself, but I find it rather unlikely that so valuable a find would stay secret for long. I conclude that our prize either does not exist, or that the Imperials somehow overlooked it. But what of you, Nemu? Were your investigations any more fruitful? Turned into monsters? And what could he mean by darkness beneath the palace, I wonder? I met an old man in Alagiri who spoke of the palace's subterranean prison, but he said not of cursed abominations. The Imperial archives were also silent on the subject of fiends inside the palace grounds. Could this scribe fellow have been spinning her a yarn, do you think? Did you believe him, Nemu? His fears seemed genuine. If he was afraid, does that lend credence to the tale? Though I'm not sure how that helps us in our search. Do not be so hasty. Arnold's anecdote may very well have told us where the trove is hidden, but ere I share my theory, there is a matter I would clarify. Arnold, you spoke of light-hearted adventure, but I sense a deeper motive for this expedition. Why are you so intent on finding this treasure? It wasn't all pretense, I swear it, but you're right. My father was in the Imperial Army, a man of Garlean blood. I trust you know what I mean when I say that my Ala Mhigan mother did not welcome my arrival. Aww. As I grew, she would check my brow over and over, convinced that a spot on my skin was an emerging third eye, like the kind you see in pure-blood Garleans. My mother did not care for his taunting reminder of my heritage. Took up a knife. Dude! War paints serves to cover the scar. Oh, that's why. Oh. In the end, she turned me out into the street, and I was left to haunt the alleyways of Ala Mhigo, a feral child who got what he needed through begging, cunning, or worse. The best I can say about the years that followed is that I survived, but I hated the animal I'd become. Eventually, I left the city behind me and joined a group of refugees bound for the other side of the wall. It was then that I turned to adventuring, and that road led me to the company of the Scions. I tell you this so that you understand. I know all too well what poverty and hunger can do to a person. I drew steel on ordinary folk for a measly crust of bread. With Theodoric's gold, I could spare my countrymen the shame of living like that. It's a very noble act. Thank you, Arnvald, and I apologize. That cannot have been pleasant to recall, but I felt it best to be clear in our intentions. Well, Nemu, are you content to surrender the treasure to Arnvald's noble cause and claim the thrill of adventure as your reward? Hell yeah! Prior to the great flood of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, the salt lakes you see before you were yet dry ravines. And this, believe it or not, was the site, the ancient city of Scala, which rose and fell during the 5th Astral Era. Oh! From what we know of the period, the city was already deserted by the time the waters began to rise. having been all but destroyed by the war. Yet its ruins remain to this day at the bottom of the locked cell. It is my belief that the darkness beneath the palace mentioned by Theodoric's former scribe was not a reference to the prison, but to a place still further below, the ruins of Scala. I further surmise that the Mad King's unfortunate kinsmen were cast down there not simply out of a desire to punish them, but to discourage exploration. Theodoric wanted to keep the ruins secure. Wait, you're saying they were meant to guard the Mad King's trove? Precisely. And since we know the court thaumaturge was involved, we can safely assume that any entrance into the old city will have been magically concealed. Which would explain how a legion of Imperial soldiers and the gods know how many Ala Mhigans never found a trace of the trove. We, however, have certain advantages which they did not enjoy. Nemu, would you be so good as to swim down to the bottom of the lock and search for an underwater route to the ruins? While you do that, Arnvald and I will seek out an escorelled portal within the palace. Bye! Oh shit! It is an underwater palace. Come to a worn stone door, standing temptingly ajar. It would appear you have found an entrance to a subterranean ruins. Nemu, it's Alphino. We have searched the prison beneath the palace and found a door concealed by enchantments. Have you all to report? I found a door. You believe it leads to the ruins? Excellent. Then I propose we proceed from our respective entry points and look to meet elsewhere in the middle. Oh, come on, you two. We might as well make it a race. Victory goes to the first adventurer to find the treasure. Godspeed!
This will be fun. Wait, it's unsync? I was over prepared. It's unsync, so like I was like super prepared.
This is no! I wanted to do the sync. Oh.
He's going to make a thing that we have to either go close or go far. Some shit like that. All I know is he pushes you into the
water?
Yes, and you can't touch it. Yeah, like now. So pull, so you go far?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah, there you go.
Wonder if I can freeze this guy.
Maybe?
You're fucking dead, bro.
Whoa!
Oh, we may see the Easter egg.
Easter egg?
This guy has like this part where someone gets well fed, and if there is a Mikote in the party and they get well fed, there is a fat cat inside of it. Like it opens up and you see a fat cat inside.
What?
Like it's one of those dolls.
Whoa!
I hate him so much. To be honest, if he had the cat inside, I was not like I
would not have
noticed.
Twice. Yeah.
Yeah, look, they die and become normal.
Yo!
It's Faldia's friend.
It's fake Faldia. Look away.
Oh
Bye,
shit.
Issa.
Shit.
Bro. Those markers covering the entire map.
Oh, shit, sorry. Ah.
Oh.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna die. Oh.
Go time! Look who's here, it's Pleasant Thanks. This is the Hat and Time dungeon, Lina.
Oh my
It
god.
has Snatcher and Pleasant Thanks.
Yo, who is this?
Where?
Oh, is it falling apart? Oh.
Are you all right? Aye. Everything's still attached.
Hey guys, I'm here first.
It seems both our paths led here. Very good. We spent altogether too much time fleeing fiends horrid and numerous. How fared you?
I was facing monsters.
Much the same then. 'Twould appear this place is yet inhabited by King Theodoric's kin, or what is left of them. The work of terrible magics, I fear.
Terrible, aye. But their misfortune is our fortune?
Probably.
Quite. By the 12, there is even more than I imagined.
Lots of shiny things.
Oh, I can't wait to see the look on Lisa's face. Thanks for believing in me, you two.
Yeah, no problem. Hey! You're joking. The Mad King's Trove? I thought it was a myth. So did plenty of people. But they didn't have Nemu and Alphino in their party. The credit for finding it should really go to them. As for what to do with it all, I vote that it goes towards alleviating the suffering of Ala Mhigo's poor. Gods, if there's as much as you say. Arnval did not exaggerate, I assure you. We could not hope to carry even a fraction of it on our own. I've taken the liberty of sketching out a rough map of the ruins. If you would assemble a squad of your most trusted freedom fighters, they should be allowed to follow the route to where the treasure lies. Understood. I'll make sure every coin is accounted for. And that goes for spending it off of it as well. Thank you. You did good, Arnvald. Oh, there is one other thing. When it comes to draw up a plan for distributing the spoils, I would ask that you consult Alphino. I don't have a head for details. I'm not educated. I see that simply handing out sacks of gil won't solve everything, but I couldn't rightly tell you what to do instead. That's pretty smart, if you ask me. Oh, I know the feeling. I'd welcome any advice you could give us, Alphino. Of course, I shall be at your disposal. Commander, we've got a problem. Oh. Deep breaths. Tell me what happened. A mob's gathered outside the headquarters, and they've started making demands. You'd best come and see it for yourselves. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
Step back, all of you!
Like hells we will! We know who you've got in there!
Who?
We're not leaving till you hand her over!
Oh, it's for Dola, isn't it?
Bring her out!
Oh no.
What's going on?
It's for Dola, Lise.
Someone let slip about Fedora.
Oh shit. Who?
It's true then! The bitch really is in there! I knew it! I bloody knew it! We demand vengeance! Bring her out! Today we butcher the butcher!
Okay, that's not the best idea.
Come on, you don't mean that. We'd be no better than the Imperials if you'd all just calm down. Calm down! That monster and her thrice damned skulls dragged my man from our home and beat him to death in the street!
Aye, and my dad! That bitch has spilt enough blood to fill a lock! We all know her crimes. She's a traitor and a murderer. How many of your resistance friends have died at her hands, eh? And here you are, protecting her!
We're not protecting her. I don't think.
That's what all the fuss is about.
Raubahn!
Hearken to me, brothers and sisters of Ala Mhigo. Hey, who's this?
That's the bull of Ala Mhigo.
My friends, you are not alone in your anger, your grief, your despair, for it is mine as well. That gnawing pain in your breast, it is enough to bring an old bull to his knees. But I ask you, brothers and sisters, to think not only of the family and friends who were cut down before your very eyes, but to think also of the ones who were abducted, the ones who may yet live. Where were they taken? What became of them? These questions demand answers. I share your thirst for justice, for vengeance. But we will gain only fleeting satisfaction if we give in to our base appetites. We will never know the truth. Now is the time that we, the people of Ala Mhigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for ourselves and for generations yet unborn. When they look to our example, will they see a people who held fast to their principles, or one who cast them aside when tried? I say to you, it is our responsibility to give these prisoners a fair trial, that they might answer to all of Ala Mhigo. The Garleans called us savages, and I'll be damned if we prove them right.
Preach, Raubahn! Preach it! Yeah! Clap for him! They've won him over.
You're right, I do, but I can't.
Oh. Dude, Raubahn's won them over. My thanks, Raubahn. Listening to their anger, I could feel myself being swept away. 'Tis a difficult tide to stem. 'Twas the same rage which brought us to our feet, and carried us to victory. But now that the war is over, all the unspent fury is being channeled into vengeance. Aye, and it's not just here. We have reports of mobs forming all over. They've been targeting folk who have been cooperated with the Garleans. It starts with insults most often, then someone picks up a stone. Some industrious souls even thought to seek out the graves of Xenos and his officers. It was grim. I want to build a country where everyone, regardless of race or origin, can live side by side in peace. But maybe the time isn't right. Maybe people aren't just ready. Maybe people just aren't ready. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to try. The representatives will be here soon, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up before I've even begun. Who are these representatives exactly? Oh, villager elders, refugee leaders, and the like. It wouldn't be right for us to dictate the nation's future on our own, so we've planned a summit of sorts. We've even invited the Ananta and the Chitirin to participate. Ala Mhigo stands at a crossroads, and this meeting will decide which path it takes. The matter of Fordola's sentence cannot be suffered to disrupt proceedings. Then let's execute her and be done with it. She herself asked to be put to death. No, that's what she wants! Nago, I already explained why we wouldn't do that. Yeah. Sending her to the gallows might satisfy people right now, but where would it end? Should we round up everyone who collaborated? And everyone who didn't resist? There would be no one left. And we'd be no better than Theodoric and Xenos. Begging your pardon, but might I allow to speak with Fordola? Oh! Only I caught a glimpse of her past. A moment of it, anyway. During the fight. Yeah, you do have some connection with her. She's done terrible things, unforgivable things. But in some ways, she's a victim of the circumstances in which she was born. And that's something I can understand. Yeah. Alright. Speak with the prison guard when you're ready, and I'll come and join you. I want to talk to her too. I'll return to my other's duties then. We've barely begun to investigate the facility where they gave Fordola her powers. Be fairly warned, friends. She will test you. Don't let your emotion color your judgment when she does. Fordola.
Well. So many visitors. Come to have a good laugh, have you?
Not really.
Or do you mean to put me out of my misery? To finish what you started? It's about bloody time.
That's not why we're here, no. Do you remember what I said? How I promised you you'd live long enough to see us win our freedom? Well, I meant it. And not to mock you either.
You're wasting your time. All of this is pointless! There's no reason to keep me alive, and you know it! I killed your men. I killed my men. And you know what my only regret is? That I didn't kill you when I had the chance!
That's a lie, and you know it. You think we can't tell what you're trying to do? That we're blind? Yeah, you're a fool, but you're not stupid. You're ruthless. Relentless. You'd give up anything and everything to get what you want. You didn't come this far, climbing over the bodies of your own brothers and sisters just to piss it all away. I see you, Fordola. I see you for what you are.
I'm getting the memories too. Oh no. Okay. Oh, little Fordola! She looks baby.
Come along, Fordola. We mustn't be late. The Imperial Viceroy will be attending today's banquet.
All right! Father, what's Lord Gaius like? Is he nice? Are you friends?
There you go again with all your questions. Lord Gaius is a great and honourable man who looks after all of Ala Mhigo. He's very busy, and if we don't hurry, we'll miss our chance to see him.
A great and honorable man.
Tinhead lovers.
Oh.
Father, what did that man call us?
Oh.
The little tin-head lover doesn't know what she is, eh? A traitor, sweetheart. A backstabbing bitch who'd gladly betray her kith and kin to gnaw on what few scraps the Imperials deign to toss her. Like your bastard father and whore mother.
Yo, you cannot tell a kid like that.
That's not true! My parents are good people! They've never done anything like that!
Hmm. Oh, poor Dola.
Oh, but they were quick to help themselves and their bitch spawn, weren't they? You're just as guilty as them.
Yo. Yo.
Fadola.
Yo.
Traitors!
That's not...
Please, you have to do something. My husband and daughter are in danger.
Don't turn your back on them.
Soldiers of the Imperial Army are under no obligation to intervene in the disputes of arms.
We're
Yeah.
citizens. We have rights.
Yo. They're no better than these guys. Holy shit.
I'm scared.
It's all right. It's all right. They don't understand, but they'll see in time. They'll see that this is the only way to survive.
Traitors! Traitors!
This is so sad. Yo.
Let the savages have their fun. They'll be more compliant once they've tired themselves out.
Yo. We're seeing all of her past. Interesting.
Fadola, please. You already have citizenship. Why would you want to become a soldier?
To fight for her country, I guess.
Oh, gods. What have you done to your face?
Markings as her father.
Forgotten it already, have you? I'm honoring Father's memory.
Hmm.
By telling the world that you know better than a common savage.
Am I though, Mother? Are any of us? Can't you see? Citizenship means nothing to them. If you're not a pure-blood Garlean, you're no different from any other savage. So I'll play the part. I'll join the Legion and I'll make them respect me. And when the mob see that, they'll think twice before throwing their stones.
She became a villain for a reason.
Ansfrid, Rudolph, Emlyn. It's time.
Oh, her friends. The ones
It'll
she
be
had to
hard,
kill.
Humiliating. They'll try to break us. Send us crawling back to our own kind. But we won't, no matter what. We'll bleed for them, die for them if we have to. We'll do whatever it takes to be free!
Hmm. Okay, but poor mother though, she had to see her daughter actually go away. That's sad. Man, what a long memory.
So, you mean to play the part one last time, eh? The unrepentant traitor whose death will serve to unite the people?
Shut up.
Bro, she had a
You
reason for it.
Chance to kill yourself. Fashion a noose from your clothes. Wait for the guards to leave you alone long enough to slip it over your neck.
I said shut up!
Oh, but then it would have all been for nothing, wouldn't it? Whatever it takes. That's what you said.
Been in my head, have you? Had a little peek at my past?
Okay, I didn't mean to, though.
And what? A few stolen memories tell you everything you need to know, do they? Don't you dare patronize me! You don't know a god's damned thing about the life I've led! The bastards that killed him. The bastards that let it happen. My father deserved better! I swore I'd do whatever it took to make them pay!
Oh, okay, please. Oh. Oh yeah, she has the echo too, so she can probably see. She's seeing my memories. I saw the grade from Auschwitz.
You. All that power. All that pain. It's too much. Too much for anyone.
The
things they've done to you. The lies. The betrayal. The endless fighting. Yet there you stand. Unbroken. How? Why?
For those I have lost, for those I can yet save. I hope that's enough reason.
Damn you. Damn you all.
You still have time, Fordola. Think about how you want to spend it. Let's go.
I don't know that we solved everything exactly, but we've given Fordola something to think about at least. And I found something new to think about too. I don't know about you, Nemu, but the visions only came to me every now and then. From the way Fordola kept wincing though, I get the feeling she's having them almost all the time. It's a lot of bad memories to deal with. I wonder, could there be some fundamental difference between one who is born with the echo and one who has been artificially imbued with it? Well, the Immortal Flames have been scouring that research facility ever since the liberation. There's a chance they might have some answers for us. Oh, yo. This is the place where we rescued, Kryl. What news? You spoke with Fordola, I take it? Yes. As expected, she didn't say very much. But it wasn't a total waste of time. Arnvald noticed something odd about her. He thinks she might be having visions almost constantly, which is not how the echo normally works. Have you found anything here which might explain why it's so different for her? We've been hard-pressed just to organize the research materials, let alone study them. To be frank, I'd welcome the science expert assistance if you have the time to lend a hand. Sorry. I was really into the music. Oh shit! All those are blankets! Oh no! That could have been Cryle! I know little and less of science, so any light you can shed on this facility's operations would be much appreciated. Nemu, shall we start with you? Taken in combination with the testimonies of Cryle and Thancred, I do begin to see exactly why the Imperials were attempting here. What the Imperials are attempting here. The enhancement procedure entailed infusing a single candidate with ether siphoned from a multitude of supply subjects. As for the master subject, in this case Cryle, the patterns of her etheric activity would provide the model upon which they would artificially engineer the candidate's aura. In other words, they were trying to recreate Kryle's echo? I believe so, which would explain our prisoner's present state. Cryle is possessed of an unrivaled ability to hear the whispers of the soul, and it seems probable that the procedure engendered? Oh, shit. The soldiers who guarded Fordola, many of them lost friends and family to the skulls. And there is a sentry at her door, night and day. If she can't help sensing their thoughts and seeing their pasts. Yeah. But you don't just see their past, you live it. All the emotions, all the pain. Imagine what it'd do to you. You'd never be the same again. Indeed. As you may recall, Izel was completely transformed by a single glimpse of Hraesvelg's past. Yeah. If the results of these experiments have been relayed back to Garlemald, there will be naught to stop the Empire from repeating the trick. They could give the echo to anyone. To an entire legion. Yeah, that's not good. We must be ready. We must learn all we can of these God's Forsaken's procedures, and Fordola remains our best source of information. She'll not be getting her wish. Not yet. I go looking for answers about the Echo, and end up getting schooled by Raubahn. Yet more evidence that I don't know what I'm doing. It's no wonder people listen to him and not me. Well, I mean, you're new to all this. It's not your fault. General Alden is a veteran of countless campaigns, Lise. Yeah. You cannot compare yourself to a commander of his experience. I know, but I also know that I couldn't have convinced that mob to give up and go home. It makes me realize how much we rely on his authority, and how much I still have to learn. Yeah. I wonder what he'll do when everything here is settled. I mean, it's his homeland. After going to the trouble of winning it back, might he not want to stay? 'Tis a quandary which countless refugees now face. To continue the life they built in Ul'dah, or start again in the land of their birth. Nemu, a moment. Oh, Pippin! I am newly returned from Ul'dah with a message from the Sultana. Finally we get to see Nanamu after so long. Nanamu!
I thank you for answering my summons in these most interesting times. You have been busy.
Oh, you know.
The liberation of Ala Mhigo will have far-reaching consequences, and there is a matter upon which I would seek your counsel.
Okay.
speak of Raubahn and his future.
Oh, so you were gonna talk about it anyway. Interesting.
All know the tale of his rise from penniless refugee to member of the Syndicate and General of the Immortal Flames. Yet though he has come to call Uldar home, it will never be his homeland. He is a son of Ala Mhigo. And now that she is free, I thought it only a matter of time before he sought my leave to return to her. Indeed, I had resigned myself to his loss. Suffice it to say, I was greatly surprised to hear him speak so lightly of handing over the reins in Ala Mhigo and retaking his place at my side. I will welcome him with open arms, of course. He is my most trusted advisor and my dearest friend.
Yeah.
But I have known the man a long time, and beneath that steely gaze, I spied a flicker of doubt. Whether Raubahn chooses to remain in Uldar or return to Ala Mhigo, I only wish that he do so with a heart unburdened by guilt or regret. Yet, how can he freely make such a choice, knowing how much I depend on him?
Yeah,
It
true.
is past time that I learned to discharge my duties as a sultana alone.
Oh!
I must go forth and see my realm with my own eyes, and hear the wind with my own ears.
Okay.
Might I have your company for a brief adventure?
Whoa! An adventure with Nanamo.
Wonderful.
Yay! The match I had been invited to attend was not all that I expected. They had pitted the Bull of Ala Mhigo against some dozen or so rival gladiators. Blinkered though I was, I would not stand for so obvious an injustice, and demanded to see a fair fight, one man against another. And my royal wish was duly granted. Oh, so okay, so this is probably like the first time she's made such a decision that led her to like meet Raubahn. It was not until later that I learned of the gambling ring which had arranged for Raubahn to die on the sands that day. What? Oh my god, so corrupted. Oh, flashback! Flashback! Yo, yes! We actually get to see it. Cool. Oh, yes. Yeah! Yeah!
Your Grace, you mustn't! The danger is too great!
Oh, Nanamo!
Come back!
Nanamo! Nanamo!
It seems you're the one who needs looking after, Master Shum. Raubahn!
Oh!
Your Grace,
Yay!
I have kept the promise made.
So you have, and in turn, so too shall I keep mine. With your winnings, you have become one of the 6 most wealthy souls in all Uldar, and so, as tradition dictates, Raubahn Aldin, you have earned yourself a seat on the Syndicate. May your new station garner you still greater glories.
Yay!
And vow to serve with every fiber of my being from this day till my last. Long live the Sultana, and long live Uldar!
Yo, that is so cute. So wholesome. When the calamity threatened, Raubahn led the Alliance forces into battle on the plains of Cartano, and I remained here. I prayed with all my heart that Archon Louis Soil would have the power to rouse the 12. Since that day, I have made a custom visiting of the shrine during each of my little excursions. Here, I seek the blessing of Thal, reflect upon my choices, and ask myself if I am fulfilling my duties as Sultana. You are rightly celebrated as a champion because you have led the line in 100 battles for the good of Eorzea. In much the same way, I believe the measure of a monarch lies in how she leads her people in times of adversity. If I am to be Sultana worthy of the name, I cannot turn a blind eye to the troubles facing Ul'dah. I have chosen my path, Nemu. With Ala Mhigo now freed from Imperial chains, I finally see a way to aid the refugees. That's good. Hey! Go Bear! As to the purpose of my visit, I would have your thoughts on how the Crown might best aid refugees residing in Thanalan. You are aware, I am sure, that many of Ala Mhigo's displaced sons and daughters long to return to their newly liberated homeland, and you are also aware of how they will suffer without shelter and work to sustain them. I would use our nation's wealth to spare them that suffering. What advice have you for me on the matter of how it might be best to be distributed? The unusual circumstances of our meeting, and your Grace's choice of companion, would suggest to me a desire of an honest and unvarnished opinion. I shall give you one. It's very serious. My advice to you is stop! Taxing Uldah's wealth to save Ala Mhigan refugees is a terrible, terrible idea. What? You oppose my proposition? Most empathetically, I agree with your Grace, and the refugees must have housing and employment. But what profit is there for Ul'dah in this arrangement? Profit? After all you have done for Garabania's displaced, I thought you the very last person to seek benefit from this misfortune. Forgive me, your Grace, but you appear to be laboring under a misapprehension. It is a fine endeavor to support one's fellow man. I fear, however, that your stance is born of pity. Your intent is to save the refugees, is it not? Oh. For all our potential, we are indolent creatures by nature. If unconditional charity is all we know, then we begin to rely upon it, to expect it. Oh yeah, that's true. And then we must consider Uldah's own poor and downtrodden. Should they hear of you spending the nation's coin, not to improve their lot, but to nurture the distant citizens of Ala Mhigo, it is likely they will applaud your generosity. Surely it is not your Grace's intention to foster new resentments, but to spread goodwill. Yeah. Indeed. Then any support I pledge to the refugees must promote self-sufficiency, whilst also serving the interests of the people of Ul'dah. Exactly so. Such an arrangement will create a far more equitable relationship with the returning Ala Mhigans, even as it generates the revenue required to win the approval of your subjects. You have given me much to ponder, Lord Manderville. I thank you for your candor. I like that Gobert has a serious role in this. Albeit very little, but it's very good. I love it. Welcome back, Nimue. Did your merchant friend have any useful advice to share? Yeah, we gotta go see Lolorito. With Lolorito? And you agreed to this? I am well aware of his standing in the field of business, but I had hoped to keep the monetarists at arm's length, and him in particular. Nay, I cannot live in fear of the man. I must learn how to treat with him if I am to rule Ul'dah effectively. Yeah. Very well. I will meet with Lolorito. Let us go ahead to the Waking Sands and prepare for his coming. If he does anything, I got your back. Oh, thank God! Oh my God! We can just teleport here. The game knows that we struggle to go inside and out of this fucking place. Oh my God, such a relief. Oh, there he is.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Look at that smug face. Oh, yo.
You have made your point. 'Tis indeed unsettling to find oneself seated across from an impassive mask.
Oh, shit. He's actually gonna take it off. Oh!
There, would this better please your grace? Or should I address you as Lady Lilira? Hmm?
Nay, the deception has served its purpose. I am glad to see you found amusement in my little jest, Lord Lolorito, but shall we proceed to the business at hand?
By all means. I must say I am most eager to hear your proposal.
Simply put, I would aid the refugees camped in Thanalan in their efforts to return to Ala Mhigo. The reparations you paid in the wake of your earlier misdemeanors will be used to fund the endeavor, together with the fortune seized from the late Teleji Adeleji's estate. But this plan is not intended to benefit the displaced alone. I would make of this an investment which shall enrich Ul'dah and Ala Mhigo both. And who better to consult on matters of profit than the wealthiest man in all of Thanalan? I beseech you then, Lord Lolorito, share with us your mercantile wisdom.
Ah, 'twould seem your grace has matured beyond acts of earnest yet misplaced charity. Pray tell me more.
Hey, he's interested. Nice.
To summarize, in return for facilitating the repatriation of refugees and assisting in the establishment of new industry in Ala Mhigo, you ask that a proportion of all subsequent profits be promised to Ul'dah. Ha! I am impressed, Your Grace. 'Tis an elegant solution, albeit one lacking certain crucial details, specifically which industry and where.
Which of the settlements you visited would best provide a home for our refugees? Which has the greatest potential to flourish, given the appropriate investment?
Oh, why would you ask me this? The Saltery? I accidentally opened the chat.
Salt has ever been a transformative ingredient. And in this instance, I dare say, it could transform a modicum of effort into a mountain of gil.
Oh, cool.
The local citizens will need to be consulted, of course, but I trust the East Aldenar Trading Company can be relied upon to provide its assistance in negotiating a mutually beneficial arrangement.
Naturally, Your Grace. I shall dispatch representatives well versed in the extraction of this white gold and wring every last ounce of profit from its production.
Hey.
The Loch's bounty will contribute to Ala Mhigo's enrichment, whilst easing the burden on the bull's aching shoulders. Just as Your Grace desired.
Oh, so he knew he was thinking about Raubahn. Kinda.
A deal is struck then.
Hey! Nemu, you're back! What did Nanamo— Oh, sorry. Are you allowed to talk about your audience with the Sultana? So, Raubahn says he's going to Ul'dah, but she isn't sure he wants to. And this plan to revitalize the Sultry does make a lot of sense. Quite how you convinced her to seek Lolorito's help is another question. After all that has happened, he is the very last person I would expect her to turn for advice. But on a more practical note, please, assuming the interim government elects to accept Ul'dah's proposal, I have one caveat I would like you to include in the bargain. Okay? Ala Mhigo must be permitted to cover a portion of the investment. We have a fortune at our disposal, after all, and allowing Ul'dah to provide the entirety of the capital will afford Lolorito too much control. Honestly, Alphino, it's like Hukane never happened. What exactly does a ruthless profiteer have to do to earn your trust? But yes, you do make a good point. First things first though, we need to discuss this proposal with the Sultry's residents. Whiskar, how do you fancy explaining to the Sultana's plan to your grandfather? I'd like to hear what Wat thinks of the idea before agreeing to anything. Right away, Commander. Would you mind coming along, Nemu? I might need you to fill in the details. Then I shall come as well. Should Wat wish to discuss figures, my knowledge of the nation's finances may prove useful. Well, bugger me. We never had the coin or the hands to put the place back to how it was, but it sounds like that's about to change. There's just one small wrinkle in your plan. It doesn't account for all the nasties queuing up to eat anyone who's near the shore. The king used to send soldiers to call the buggers, but the Imperials weren't about to help like the rest of us. The likes of us. Don't worry, Granddad. We'll take care of all that. Commander Hext has been talking about starting up regular patrols, and I'm sure she'd assign me to the lock if I asked. I'd appreciate that, Whiskar, my lad. Truly I would. So, does this mean you've gotten better with that blade of yours? I've been training, aye, but mostly to kill Imperials. You've some experience hunting monsters, don't you, Nemu? Think you could cast an eye over a few of the local beasties and teach me how to deal with them? Yeah, I got you. Right then, Nemu. I've got a spyglass here you can use to take a closer look at the beast pests. Once you've got their measure, you can tell me what to do, and we'll see how well I get on. More Yabby straw. Oh, his eye. I see you returned in one piece. Dealt with those beasties then, did you? Aye, fought them myself. After a bit of instruction from Nemu here. Like, once I've shared what I've learned with the others, we should have no trouble keeping the shoreline clear. Good lad. A fine young man you've become, Whiskar. A fine young man indeed. Too often of late, I hear tales of folk in the city, drunk on victory and hungry for revenge, their heads stuck firmly in the past. But we need to set our sights on the future, on things which will improve our lot. Things like getting the Psaltery ready to welcome our long-host countrymen. Apologies for the interruption, miss, but the general would speak with you at your earliest convenience. Okay. Oh, the sky is pretty. Hey!
Apologies for the wait.
No worries.
People are screaming for the butcher's blood again. No sooner have we broken up one mob than another forms. Thankfully, all have been amenable to reason, thus far. But it is no concern of yours.
Oh.
We must speak of the men Arenvald and his comrades apprehended in the peaks.
Oh.
By their uniforms, the captives were first judged to be Imperial troops. But after further investigation, their true identities came to light.
Oh.
I dare say you remember Yuyuhasi and Laurentius.
Yo!
The fugitives who conspired with Captain Ilberd in the Crystal Brave's betrayal.
Yo!
Well, it would seem they followed him all the way to the wall. It was they who orchestrated the slaughter of the resistance fighters prior to the Griffin's infernal ritual.
They're gonna have to answer for everything.
Were it in your hands, how would you punish these men?
Oh, you want my advice? Yo, the amount of, like, choices I can pick. I don't think execution is the answer.
You would spare these animals. Yours is a more merciful brand of justice than mine. In any event, I thank you for your honesty. When the time comes for the Alliance to pass judgment, I'll see that your opinion is heard.
Thanks.
Well, that concludes our business here. But there is more I would say. Walk with me.
Okay. Wow.
I bear a share of the blame for Ilberd's atrocities. Had I openly supported the cause of Ala Mhigo liberation, he might not have felt driven to do what he did.
Oh.
Things could have been different, and I'm sorry they aren't. My homeland is free. With the Scions and the Alliance at their side, my countrymen have reclaimed what many thought lost forever. Under her new leadership, I have every confidence that Ala Mhigo will emerge from the shadow of the Empire and rise once more to greatness. Which means my work here is done. Soon I will return to Uldar and take my place at the Sultana's side.
Are you sure about that, though?
Father...
I'll not deny there's a part of me that wants to stay. The same part that contemplated renouncing my rank and joining you as a wandering sellsword.
Oh, okay.
But I pledged my blade to Nanamo, and I will not betray that oath.
I see.
Is this truly what you want, Father?
Let Pippin
It is.
protect her.
Ever has my sword been hers to command, and ever shall it remain.
Oh. Oh.
Thank you for lending an ear. When all the rest are clamoring for me to stay, I trust you'll send me on my way.
Now that's settled. Arenvald, what news? We may have a problem, sir. A group in Ananta has arrived at the main gates. And I don't mean the Vera. They're the Kalanya. No! Oh god. Nemu, Raubahn! God, it's good to see you. Ah, the Slayer has come. Look, she gave me no choice. You claim to seek harmony with all who call Girabania home. If this is truly your wish, you will welcome us as envoys of the Ananta. It is our wish, and you are welcome, but we cannot condone the summoning of primals. If you want to enter the palace, I must ask that you first surrender any crystal jewelry. You have my word that it will be returned to you when the meeting is over. We will do as you ask, but you will not have our weapons. We are not so foolish as to place ourselves entirely at the mercy of our tormentors. Yo. I reckon that's the closest we're going to get a compromise. And we will have people standing guard. Aye. Let them keep their swords. Then we have an agreement. Lead the way to your meeting chamber. This is gonna be interesting. Curious. Oh, there it is. The throne room. Holy moly.
Thank you all for coming. I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance. Among you are village elders, refugee leaders, envoys from the Ananta and the Kikern. You've come from every corner of Girabania to help decide the future of Ala Mhigo. But before that, I want to ask you a question. What was the first thing you noticed when you came in? For me, it was that empty throne. It has no one to sit on it now. No viceroy, no king. Would any of you like to take their place?
Interesting.
Or should someone else sit there? Then let's sit here in a circle, as equals, and I hope, as friends.
Nice. What a good start, actually. Hey, Lise. Good for her.
Expertly done.
Yeah.
Lise has removed monarchy as a choice early in the game and positioned them to consider a joint government.
Yeah.
All
it's
things
really
considered,
cool.
I would say events have got off to a fine start.
Yeah. Good on her.
And that is Alagana's stance on the matter.
Thank you, Ragenfrid. Another vote in favor. Next, let's hear from Shanti of the Kaliana. Tell us, how do your people feel about the idea of a republic?
Interesting. Oh. Oh.
The Ananta wish only that those who dwell within Girabania devote themselves to our faith.
No. No.
You shall all worship Sri Lakshmi!
Yo, she did not learn her lesson. No. No. Don't do it.
Lady of Bliss, grace us once more with your beauteous visage.
No, don't do this. Oh, you piece of shit. Ah, you freaking piece of shit. my fucking god. This is already bad.
What's happening? No crystals were allowed through the door.
We can worry about the how of it later. We need to evacuate these people right now, or the Primal will make thralls of them all.
It's up to us.
Dead. Too late for you. You had your chance. I got you. I got this. I got this. Yes. As easy as that. I got you guys. What?
God damn it! The guards were already turned!
No. Try not to kill them. No. Why would... No.
No, you don't.
The Kaliana would see us all enthralled.
Then they're going to be sorely disappointed. We have the Warrior of Light and Arenvald to shield us.
Aye, but they can't well defend your guests and attack the Primal, can they? We're stuck on the back foot.
Hmm.
All right, I think I have an idea. Keep these people safe, General. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Oh, please. Oh, man. This is so unfortunate. Do we really have to kill them?
Yeah, whatever she's about, she'd best make it quick.
Yeah.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm so ready. Shit.
I shall free you from your hate.
Oh, this Dooney's a piece of shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. So many.
Damn it all! It's only a matter of time before we miss one.
Yeah. Fordola. What? Wow.
What of it? Do you want to kill this thing or not?
I'm so shocked. Yeah! Let's fight together. Yes. Yes. stack with me, stack with me. Oh, yo, that's so cool. There she is. I can't run away from this. They need us. Then we stand and fight together. Alphino, the envoys are in your care. Surely you do not mean to. Very well. I shall see our guests to safety. Okay. They forsake eternal bliss? Yeah, because you're dangerous, bro. Yeah! This is amazing shit! Lay down your weapons. Lay down your heads. Oh. What? I can't move. She's going after Lisa and Raubahn. Oh. Okay. Okay. Time to escape, please. Okay. Ah, yes. Thank God we have a third person with an echo. Dang, she has a shield. Okay, we join together. Quickly! I cannot hold her off forever. Okay. Kill her! You need to kill her now! Okay, I got you.
Here it comes!
Oh yes! Lise! LB! Let's go! Ah yes. That was so fucking awesome. Good job, Fordola. And good job, Lise. This might not be the craziest idea she's had. But others might say it's crazy. I don't think it's crazy.
We did it! We beat her!
Yeah! Thanks. Oh. Oh. Flashback. Oh. Lise.
What is this?
I'm only gonna say this once. The Ananta just summoned their primal in the throne room. My friends are fighting her, but they need help. They need someone with the echo, and by the gods, I wish I had it, but I don't. I told you before that you still had time, but things have changed. I need your answer now.
Hmm.
You can end it like Xenos, or you can fight for Ala Mhigo. Your choice.
And we have that answer. She chose to help us. We have to give her a chance. Now. Yeah, we have to. please. Don't. Oh, please.
7 hells. It's her. The butcher.
Oh, God. She saved you guys. Oh, she's gonna see their memories. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's done. Take me back to my cell.
You are not forgiven. Not you. You I will never forgive. But I will thank you.
I mean, that's enough.
For standing against a primal and saving us from servitude. You have my thanks.
That's enough for her. Oh. Yeah, that's enough for her. Well fought, Nemu. Arnvald. That was a near thing. Aye. Our stand against the Kaliana would have been brief indeed had you not volunteered for guard duty. We'd be enthralled as surely as our sentries were. They must have planned this far in advance. Yeah. Security was my responsibility, and I know how dangerous primals can be. I should have... It's my fault. My stupid mistake. You couldn't have known, Lise. You couldn't have known. Nay, lass. We were all caught unawares. We will take this as a lesson, and watch our own more carefully in the future. You can be sure that the lackeys who smuggled the crystals into the throne room weren't the only thralls in our ranks. The soldier who first spoke up in favor of the Kaliana kept keeping their weapons springs to mind. A primal servant is betrayed by his aura. If you mean to conduct an investigation, I can identify any others acting under Sri Lakshmi's influence. Thanks, Y'shtola. We'd appreciate the help. Speaking of help, I almost fell over when Fordolov turned up. What was she even doing there? I asked her to come. Well, that explains it then. It's sad, but Ragnfried was right. Her victims will never forgive her for what she's done. But I don't think Fordola picked up that sword looking for forgiveness. She wanted to fight for her country. If you say the world in which Fordola grew up is partly to blame for what she became, then as an Ala Mhigan, I feel responsible for improving that world. We can't ignore what's happening right now. We have to show people a better way than vengeance, or we risk giving birth to a new generation of skulls. I know it's idealistic, but I want to help people to let go of their old grievances and make peace with each other. And I'll hold 1,000 meetings and talk till I'm blue in the face of if that's what it takes. 'Tis a long and arduous path you have chosen, but one well worth walking. Rest assured that I will do what I can to help you reach your destination. Thank you, Alphino. The first step will be to get our representatives back in the throne room. They're a little shaken, but none of them seemed ready to run. We're all determined to finish what we started. I will see that you are not interrupted. Nemu, you and the Scions are to stand down. Get some rest. You've earned it. Yay. Again with the night sky. Raubahn. Hello.
A fine spot to contemplate the heavens. The meeting is over. The envoys have chosen to instate a government model on Ishgard's House of Commons, a ruling body of representatives elected by the people.
Very good.
And one which signals the end of my part in all this. But I would gaze upon Girabania's stars one last time before I leave.
What? Nanamo! You're here! Are you gonna have a moment with him? Okay.
Forget something?
Nope.
Your Grace, there was no word.
Raubahn Aldin, you are hereby dismissed as General of the Immortal Flames and relieved of your seat on the Syndicate.
Oh, he's gonna be so shocked.
But, Your Grace...
Raubahn, I am no longer a child. Stay here in your homeland. Work with your brethren. Rebuild Ala Mhigo.
You desire to stand alone. I understand, but remember what happened.
I remember full well the consequences of my naivety, and thus did I consult at length with a most trusted advisor ere I embarked upon this course.
A most trusted advisor? And what of me? Am I no longer deserving of your confidence?
No, it's me!
What trust can there be between us when you withhold the truth from me?
Oh.
Did you think me oblivious to the anguish in your eyes when you spoke of returning to Uldar? For years and years, we have trusted one another. Yet now you refuse to confess your heart's desire?
Don't make her cry, Raubahn.
I swore an oath to you that day on the sands. I pledged my sword.
And it has served me well. But in Pippin you have forged a new sword, as sharp and deadly as the blade you bequeathed him.
Yeah, let him.
I will show you a Sultana who can wield every weapon at her disposal, including Lolorito and his monetarist cronies.
Yeah. Tell him.
So follow your heart, please. You are home. You are free.
Oh. Oh.
No more.
She's letting you go.
Smile for me, Raubahn. I would have this parting be a joyous one.
Yeah.
Thank you, Your Grace. It has been an honor to serve you and Ulda.
Tomorrow you will serve Ala Mhigo and fight for the good of all Eorzea. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Grace.
Thanks for shielding us from Lakshmi, you two. If you hadn't been there, the rest of us would be worshipping her by now.
You're kind to include me, Lise. But we both know who did most of the work. I could scarce keep track of the battle, let alone land a telling blow. No shame in admitting it. The Warrior of Light has put far better men than me in the shade.
You know what?
Did I mention that I encountered the Sultana in the palace? It would seem Her Grace has come to Girabania to oversee the final stages of her relocation project.
Yeah.
She was in search of General Oldin, and I directed her to the rooftop garden. I do hope he was still there.
Are you in the habit of gossiping about the affairs of royalty, Master Leveilleur?
Certainly not, Your Grace. I was merely informing my companions.
Be at ease, Alphino. 'Twas only a jest. But I must yield the floor to Raubahn. He has an important announcement to make.
Yes.
As of yesternight, I have been relieved of my post in the Immortal Flames and the Syndicate both.
I shall be assuming my father's duties. And may I say that Tizona has never felt heavier upon my back.
You got this, Pippin.
Twould seem I am in need of employment. Mayhap one of my old acquaintances can introduce me to a mercenary company or some such.
You may be getting on in years, father, but you'd struggle to find a band of sellswords who wouldn't snap your hand off. Your remaining hand.
Yes, the bull of Ala Mhigo need not be put out to pasture just yet.
Your Grace has developed a wicked edge to her humor, and you, Pippin, would do well not to laugh when the future may hold the same for you.
They're still shocked.
So, does this mean you're staying?
Aye. That seems to be the way of it. I would be glad to aid you in rebuilding our nation, if you'll have me.
Yes, let's fucking go.
If he says. Welcome home, Raubahn.
Yay!
Well, that was unexpected. Though you seem distinctly unsurprised.
You talking to me?
Either you are more astute than I give you credit for, or I'm losing my touch. In any event, one thing is certain. Ala Mhigo will rejoice at the homecoming of her dearest son.
Well, here we are again. Alphino has regaled me with a thrilling tale of hidden treasure troves, mid-meeting battles, unlikely alliances, and joyous homecomings. It would seem I missed everything. I was patrolling the palace grounds with Thancred and Y'shtola when we heard the report of a primal in the throne room. I honestly doubted my own ears. As others have said, we were lucky to have our echo-blessed champions nearby this time. But we need to keep a closer eye on the Kalania. Yeah. They done fucked! You can say that again. This whole episode has reminded me just how far apart all our kinds still are. It looks like centuries of fear and mistrust really can't be washed away in a day. But someone has to make an effort at reconciliation if these conflicts are ever going to end. Naturally, a lot of people are crying out for vengeance, but I've been doing my best to calm things down. Violent reprisals will only lead to more summonings. Yeah. Indeed. Violence will ever beget violence, as the Empire has learned to its cost in recent times. In any case, summoning Lakshmi was the Broodmother's doing, and whoever replaces her might not be so keen on the idea. We'll just have to watch and wait. Which isn't to say we won't be putting the safety of our allies in the Vera and M tribes first. I plan to have resistance scouts keep track of the Kalania's movement at all times. My parents will be relieved to hear that. What are your plans for the rest of the resistance army, out of interest? Are we to prepare for Imperial counterattacks? I don't think so. When I speak with the other leaders about reforming the army under a new government, I'll be nominating Raubahn as the overall commander of our forces. He has more experience than the rest of us put together, and we stand to learn a lot from him. Indeed, he is in all respects the ideal choice. Assuming he accepts the post, Ala Mhigo will have added a formidable weapon to its arsenal. And given the progress of Nanamo's resettlement initiative, I see great cause for hope. The seeds which we so carefully sowed have begun to quicken, my friends. I like that. We tend to our promises and watch as Ala Mhigo blooms. Yay! Kugane! Yay! Wait! I do give thanks to the kami that my makeshift raft withstood the fury of the seas. It's Gosetsu! Oh, you're back. Oh. But their generosity ended. Without coins in our pockets for new attire, we are doomed to look so much jetsam. Oh, woe betide the poor man in the city of rich merchants. What? What? Yotsuyu! These dango are delicious. Will you have one? Oh. More sweetbreads? I surrendered my blade to secure what few corns we have. What? Why would you? No! You took up your own sword? Wait, but why is she? What? I'm so confused. All of a sudden, she's changed. Bah! 'Tis like talking to a child. Does she have amnesia? Why fate saddled me with this burden I shall never know. But I am alive, and I must return to my master's side. Oh. You okay? Come, Tsuyu. We shall find a ship to carry us across the Ruby Sea. Oh, he calls her Tsuyu! Interesting. Oh. Very interesting. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace. Oh no. Have you read the reports? First Doma, then Ala Mhigo, and Lord Xenos put to the sword. Do not believe everything you read. I hear the Viceroy was merely wounded, and that he has already returned to the capital. Naturally, the savages beat their chests and boast loudly of taking his head regardless. He's not, I don't think he's dead. Nay, Lord Xenos lives? Yeah, I mean, can't be that easy. Who's that? Who is this? Who are you? Who is that? So many mysterious characters. I don't know. Okay, so that was the Legend Returns patch 4.1 notes of Stormblood. I actually enjoyed that. I think the whole Kalania thing was a mess, but we fixed that in the end, and glad we solved it. Patch 4.2, Rise of a New Sun. Hopefully we'll get to see Gosetsu and learn more about Yotsuyu there. So I can't wait. Alright, see ya!